I mean, I don't see how we can't be happy about that. It should. So I immediately, set myself up, to expect the news. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Raider Nation. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's a Turf Special Edition. Shout out to Eric Raiders haters. I see you already in the building. Appreciate you for joining, boss. This is actually going to be a very quick one. I know I said that the last time. Actually, that was pretty quick. It was only about 15 minutes. So, yeah, I think this one is going to be even a little bit shorter than that one, possibly. And that's just due to the individual, right? We are discussing Mr. David Agoha, I believe is how you pronounce it. David Agoha, defensive end, number 62. It's only been a year in the league. And I'm sure everyone's probably scratching their head unless they are thorough and totally understand and know every single player, which I just can't imagine. I don't even know every single player. And in fact, the next player after this guy that I present, I don't know. And he's a cornerback. I'll give you that hint. No worries. We're going to get to him. I might even do him today as well. I'm not sure. We'll see what's going on with time. I got to check out with the Raider Syndicate crew. Shout out to the Raider Syndicate. I got to make sure our schedules are accordingly. And y'all know what day today is. It's Fan Talk Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to Chris, Protect the Shield, and the Shield Squad. Hey, Shield Squad is real. The Shield Squad is real, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's today, I'm pretty sure. So I might wait till tomorrow to drop the next video. We'll have to think about it. But as you can see, Turf has no visuals, no graphs, no stats. None of that exists for this particular individual because he is part of a new international player pathway program that the NFL has started. So Mr. David Ago is actually from Nigeria. He's 6'4", 252 pounds. And there is no background, right, as far as football is concerned. There's no college to discuss. There's no high school to discuss. In fact, I don't think he played much, if any, ever played actual American football. Yeah, so pretty tough to give a guy like this a decent grade, right? What I will say is that his grade might surprise you, but there's an obvious reason for why I give him the grade I give him. And of course, at the end of this, I'll let you guys know. Last but not least, when it comes to what's going on, please, if you see anything glitching, if you can't hear, if something's going wrong, please let your boy know. I'm hoping this is actually the first complete video, 4K, and just solid across the board. That's what I'm hoping for. Looks like everything is going well on my end, so I'm going to assume that's the case. Now, with that being said, I will read what is available, of course, for everyone. But just to give you guys an idea of our guy, David Agoha. This came out in 23, by the way, as well. So Las Vegas Raiders will be welcoming David Ibuka Agoha to the roster through the NFL International Player Pathway Program. The 6'5", 245-pound defender from Nigeria is one of 6 Nigerians to play and one of 8 total players to be selected for the program in 2023. International Player Pathway was developed in, 2017 as a way to provide elite international athletes the opportunity to earn a spot on an NFL roster. 37 international players having signed with NFL teams since the program began. That's pretty impressive. The international prospects were hosted by NFL staff for 2 months at IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, and have now been assigned to an AFC West or an NFC North club. Ibuka Agoha was previously associated with the NFL Super Bowl champion O.C. Umenyora's Uprise Academy and caught attention at the NFL Africa camp in Ghana last year. Before transitioning over to football, Ibuka Agoha played basketball in Nigeria's Premier Basketball League for the Invaders of Ado Ekiti. The International Player Pathway program also helped bring German native and current Raiders fullback Jacob Johnson to the NFL. Wow, I didn't know that part either, ladies and gentlemen. The eight players in this year's edition of the program will stay with their teams until the end of training camp. At that point, players are eligible to make the active roster or be added as an extra practice squad member, with teams having the chance to elevate them throughout the season. So, with that being said, I think it's understandable where this young gentleman is and how he became a Raider. And it makes perfect sense to me. It wouldn't shock me if we were the first people in line to, reach out and, extend that olive branch and try to, start creating another avenue and pathway for yet other athletes, right, that are not fortunate to have a league like ours in their home country. So it's the Al Davis way. We all know Al's bringing in whoever, however, whenever, whatever. As long as you can help the team win, right? We belong in second chances. We believe in second chances, all that good stuff. So that's why I'm not surprised we were part of this program. Obviously, not every team partook. So being a Raider, right, it's just the way it goes. We always tend to move in directions that most don't, right? It's just a part of being a Raider. Everybody should know this part of their history, right? It's one of the reasons I absolutely adore Al Davis. He really gave people truly second chances. Of course, he had an ulterior motive. He wanted them to be the best football player that they could be for him, right? By any means necessary and win. But hey, he still saw that little light or big light, whatever light that person had left, to give him a shot. And I can't recall too many times he's been burned for doing it, right? I'm sure there's been a few that weren't public, right? I'm sure there are a few that are, but I mean, the guy did an amazing job until, he didn't. We all know Al, in the later years, so it is what it is. But as I've stated, I knew this one would be short. Might be the shortest one of them all. But I'm done with this one. In the grade I'm giving this, and it's a honest felt grade. And the reason I'm not giving it an F or a D minus is due to the history of the Raiders and why they would do something like this, right? If you're a Raider fan for a long enough time, we're tired of projects. We're tired of project people. We're tired of project coaches. We're tired of all of that. We want some viable, real knowledgeable guys. We want people that, right, know the game for their position, hit the ground running if at all possible, and not somebody that's a project right now. Our team is not in rebuild. We are in retool. We went over that last night. If you didn't check out last night's show, please go check out Turf and Rundown. Absolute phenomenal show. I think we did a great job with our mock draft. Go check it out. But yeah, so without further ado, my grade for Mr. David Aboka is a D. It's a D. D is in dog. And it's for the reasons I stated, right? Could that grade change? Absolutely. I believe he's on the practice squad by way of the international program, right? So, sure, that grade can change. I mean, if he's on the practice squad yet again, that means they see something, right? They haven't, alleviated him of his duties and moved on. So, absolutely, that D can turn into a C minus, D plus, right? Depends. If he makes the team, and actually gets a few plays in, now you're talking to C. You never know. I do believe he got in against the Rams. He may have even gotten his first sack, if I'm correct. So, but I'm just going to be blunt, transparent, and honest. We don't want any more projects. That's why I'm giving him a D. If it weren't for this international players deal, he'd be getting a big fat F. Failure. Absolute failure. But clearly he's not taking up a roster spot, accordingly based on that. So, hey, shout out to the Raiders again for doing what they do best, leading by example, giving people a shot, if you will. And, being a Raider. That's what I call it. So, that's all I got for you guys today. Maybe I'll do something later on tonight with the next individual. Definitely tomorrow I'll do something. My flag football Raiders, we got our game tomorrow, our second game. If you didn't know, we lost our first one, 38-31. It was a tough loss. They definitely, they were against us. Let's just put it that way. Hey, everybody should know. The refs, believe it or not, even in flag football, ladies and gentlemen, they still find a way to have something against us. They called 2 penalties that took 2 touchdowns away. That right there, as you can see, with the score 38-31, we would have won. So it is what it is. Tomorrow we get a chance to redeem ourselves. Tune in tonight, Fan Talk Friday. I'll probably drop another one. We'll see. Like I said, today or tomorrow. And yeah, be ready for the rest of these guys. I'm actually enjoying digging up some information and looking at these guys and seeing what I could find for us to start evaluating early and often when it comes to training camp and so forth. So that being said, Turf is out. Peace. Later, Raider Nation.
I don't see how we can't be happy about that. It should.
So I immediately, set myself up, section, you guys know how to do. So that's it.